Hello, cats and kittens. I'm Jose Roscoe, and we're here on a very special occasion, very auspicious occasion. It's the review of episode or chapter 1000 of One Piece. And I wasn't gonna do this solo. I got my man Dave up here, and this is huge. This is the big one. And we've been waiting. What? How many years? It's 20 years in the making. 15, 20 years, something like that.
23, I think, man.
23 years to get to this spot. Top stage. I mean, the Straw Hats, especially Luffy, is top stage at what's going to be one of the biggest events in the series, the Battle for Wano. And this is, I mean, overall, before we get into specifics, the thing I'm happiest about this chapter is that it paid off. You don't, I mean, a lot of people get to the big moment and, screw the pooch. I mean, I would say Naruto, to an extent, missed a lot of big moments. Goodness knows Bleach did. Speaking of my favorite, manga, some haven't disappointed me yet, but this was a huge, huge, huge moment, and Oda got it. Overall, that's the thing I'm happiest about. How about you?
Okay. Okay. I guess I agree with you. I think and he did it by subverting expectations. Like just going into it, we thought it was going to be a different vibe. We thought it was going to be devastating. We thought it was going to be I guess in some ways, Kaido centric, but he made it about his main character. It was a chapter about, Monkey D. Luffy. And I thought he did it well. He's setting stakes up not just for the rest of Wano, but for the rest of the series. And I thought he did that exceptionally well. So I was pleased.
Okay. And let's break this down basically page by page. The opening page, which, as you said, was subverting expectations. I didn't think this was the way he was going to go in. Basically, I mean, you knew they were going to have to get to the get to the roof, but actually going through showing the Minks having held the fort, and the conversation with Sicilian. I thought that was a good touch, a good point. I mean, it shows that they took their lumps, what I mean, but they came through. And also, Luffy giving recognition of, you're giving him some recognition, although kind of comically, but yeah.
I mean, essentially, the Minks, they came in and they essentially went toe to toe with Jack and Kaido, and they really, took a thrashing. And essentially, for them to get a moment to have some shine, I thought that was cool. For them to be the ones holding down the fifth floor, I thought that was cool. So I enjoyed that bit.
Yeah, Sicilian's out of his he's out of his Sulong form. Is it? He's still in Sulong, is he?
No, I think he was out of Sulong.
So he's out of it. So I'm assuming that all of them have run through their Sulong.
At least these
guys. At least these guys.
I think you have to be under direct light of the moon. So I think that essentially once they came inside, they gave it up.
That's true. All right, so what they did, I like that little Shishi Mamushi joint. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you can tell. I mean, he's lightening the situation a little bit. You know what I mean? But then he did say, I remember what you did for Rizzo, man. Give him some props. I like that.
Yeah, I like the Minks. I really enjoyed them, and I think Luffy seems to like the Minks too. So, and they held down. The fifth floor, which to my mind, and not to say, because you saw the headliners compared to the likes of the no-name headliners compared to the likes of Luffy and Jinbei, and they were nothing. But it just seemed like they were getting progressively stronger. So for the Minks to hold down the fifth floor, I think that means something.
All right. And speaking of holding it down, we gotta give also props to my man Marco the Phoenix. because he got uh, Zoro up to the roof. He did.
Yes, he did. Yes,
He
he
did.
did.
I mean, he held off two commanders and got this man to the roof. And it seemed like Queen is quite impressed with that man's abilities. Because I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that he could take them both on his own.
No, I don't think that he can.
Nah,
I
but
don't think. I don't think that he will. But that's a speculation.
yeah, my guess is Sanji's gonna show up at some point.
That's my guess too.
That's a guess. If not Sanji, somebody comparable, but he can't get stuck.
Ain't
But I
nobody.
mean, the thing that gets me is that usually, I mean, I'm assuming that Marco is one of those, like Kakashi types that never sweats. You know what I'm saying? And in the face of you know, a big moment, because you never see any sweat or strain on him. But which is not to say he's not trying, but it's just he's one of them calm dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it gets big, he just does his work and whatever. Because I mean, like he's messing with two commanders, and these dudes ain't no joke.
No, they're not supposed to be.
Yeah,
Um, you know, I like Marco a lot. He's one of my he's one of my favorites because I do like those calm under pressure type guys.
yeah.
And he definitely got to the roof fast, and I thought he was gonna get to that roof. So
Yeah,
I was again subverting expectations.
yeah. He just pitches all up. I guess he just, yeah. And then I guess he just left there to deal with these two, which
Yeah,
makes me think that somebody's gonna come. I mean, Sanji could skywalk. He could probably get up there real quick.
I know that you and I've had conversations. I honestly believe this is gonna be one of those Enies lobby type deals where Sanji is off facing a woman, which we know is not a good fight or
Mm-hmm.
matchup for Sanji because he don't hit women. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like somebody's going to tag in, take his place with Black Maria, and he's going to come and take his place. And I'm actually going to state outright, I think he's going to end up fighting Queen, but we'll see how it works out.
I'm thinking it's gonna be Robin that's gonna get him out of that
I think so too.
situation. Yeah.
I think Robin's going to tag in, fight Black Maria, and I think Sanji ends up fighting Queen.
Okay. Which is good because that gives her an opportunity to get some shine too.
Which she needs. I think,
Yeah.
coming into Wano, I really think one of my expectations is still that the spotlight's going to end up on the Straw Hats, and that they're going to be the ones to get, excuse me, those one-on-one fights. So I'm actually looking forward to it. So I need all of them to kind of step up and get a W.
Mm. And it's odd because I didn't, to be honest with you, I expected on the lower end with Nami and Usopp, they taking a bit of a thrashing, you know what I mean? But I expected them all to be really, really hard pressed by this time, at this moment. Although it still could be coming because, there's still battles to be had and the thing on the roof ain't going to go down easy, obviously. But, they're in pretty decent shape as a whole from what I expected them to be.
I mean, I think after their battles, things will be different. I think that it's going to essentially come down to a war for each of the characters. I think, like you said, Nami and Usopp have taken a thrashing, but their fight is actually still ongoing.
Right.
So I expect, I mean, they're getting their asses whipped. So I think that's going to hold true for, I think, everybody. I think everybody's going to show that they've been up against the Beast Pirates. I think it's going to show in their faces. I think,
which is odd because I think Nami and Usopp are probably about to rally. I think the other guys haven't got to their
nope.
yet. They haven't gotten, or at least I ain't gonna say beatings. It's hard for me to read how much battle is ahead. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of arenas. There's a lot of different fights that we haven't even got. Frankie got his thing going on. We haven't even seen what Chopper and Brooke are going to have to get into. They haven't even started.
And technically, we haven't seen what Robin's going to get into either. But I'm with you.
So it's hard to get a handle on how many battles are ahead or how he's going to handle them. But I'm pretty much sure that Usopp and Nami are in rally mode. They're about to get into it, probably get some payback. Everybody else, I don't know. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think I'm with you on that one. I think I'm curious to see if they're going to pick up more cats to be in their squad. Because I guess it was a combo saved by Chopper and Marco that helped the Beast pirates that were infected by Queen's virus. So I'm
Mhm.
curious as to if once Queen is caught up in his battle, if they're gonna even if they're gonna turn and join the Straw Hat Alliance. So I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. But like you said, it's a whole bunch of people just running around. So
Mm,
I'm expecting this to be a war, similar to Marineford.
good, right, true, true.
Yeah,
Now another thing that I enjoyed about this is the pacing.
yeah,
You basically got Oda's got it jumping from scene to scene to scene, rather than just having the whole issue
yeah,
be up on the roof, which I enjoyed actually, because
yeah.
it added to a lot of weight. Now, when we get to Momonosuke
Uh,
speaking to Yamato, you know what I'm
about
saying?
Ace, yeah.
Yeah,
The Ace bits in the last two, yeah, it's been quiet, but I've really enjoyed those.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this. I mean, going back to her past experiences with Ace,
Uh huh.
and the fact that you know, let me see. Let me see. Someone must have protected her from the burning castle. Yeah, she's in possession. She's given Momonosuke back his father's journal.
Yeah,
You know, heavy. I mean, the dude, you know, getting back his father's basically diary,
yeah,
and then
man.
understanding, you know, that man's life. You know, I mean, he knew his father. You know what I'm saying, but knowing, um,
No, I mean I'm with you. You know your father. So I mean I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, but essentially people wear different hats and they serve different roles as just individuals. So you know your father as your father in that regard, but your father is more than just your father. It's several layers to people. So there are other aspects of people as people that you don't get a chance to wrap your mind around. And I think getting his journals, seeing the inner workings of his mind, of his heart, and his journey, that's a different aspect of Odin that I don't know Momonosuke was going to be. He was going to get like it wasn't. He knew his father as his father, but this is his father as a man. And I think that you get to it's an insight that he's going to now be privy to, and it's a lot for him to take in. I thought that was real touching that he got the logbook. I thought that was very cool. Um, like he's
agree.
like you said, it's another little bit.
And then jumping for, I mean, you have him receiving his father's journal, and then uh, what you call him, um, Yamato's dialogue over, you know, kind of splices over
Yeah,
kid and
man.
law getting to the roof. You know what I'm saying? I thought that transition onto, I think it's like the fourth page,
Yeah,
continuing her dialogue over them getting to the roof, which kind of gives you in time, you know, pace as to what's going on aside from this. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you get to the end and everybody's, you know, lined up where they are, you know, you're like, oh, okay, you were, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like the way he paced it. I like the way this was paced out.
and like I was saying, so I think you know it speaks to Luffy, but it also speaks to because I mean, like he was hyping this stuff up. So like I said, it's a game changer in my mind in how we look at Wano, but it's going to be a game changer in how we look at the series as a whole. Because he's saying, it's a new, powerful group of young pirates that's going to come forth 20 years in the future. And he's hyping up Law, he's hyping up Kid. I mean, Luffy. I mean, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited.
And again, like I say, pacing. Then you transition into Ace and Yamato. And basically, you find out that the man Ace. When you think about Ace and what you call him, his boy
Sabo.
Sabo,
Uh-huh.
and initially, I mean, what we've seen of them in the past, and Luffy making his little declaration, they pretty much just laughed
Laughed
it
at him,
off.
clown.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just basically shows that the man actually he took note of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of cool. I mean, Ace actually, put some faith in that man. He didn't tell him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't tell him to his face that I thought he can do it. We believe in him or whatever. But that's the fact. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool to have that. People, especially in anime and manga, people never tell people their feelings off the break. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's usually behind their back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I really believe in him or whatever, but they would laugh to him in their face or whatever. But it's cool to get that moment, because especially when he's determined to make Whitebeard the king of the pirates. By the time you see him in Alabasta and all that stuff, and he's saying, you ain't gonna be king of the pirates. I'm gonna make Whitebeard king of the pirates. You know what I'm saying? But he believed in his little brother. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was hard.
I liked how consistently Ace has just been depicted as this doting older brother. I really enjoyed Ace. I'm gonna tell you that, in this little flashback was pretty cool.
Not time wise. When does this take place?
I'm assuming this is prior to him joining up with Whitebeard. So this is this is way. I'm assuming this is because let's see, Ace was 3 years older than Luffy. He went out, so this might be 5 years ago.
This is 5 years before Kurt. 2 years. Okay.
4 to 5 years before current, I think.
Okay.
Because I don't know that we ever get a true idea as to how long he was rolling with Whitebeard, but
okay,
he went out to see when he was because this is prior to Luffy starting his
he
journey.
hadn't set out yet. He hadn't set out this year. And all right, that's cool. And let me see. That's page 6. We go to. I'm looking at page 6 now. Now that's an interesting point. So Yamato gives him the river card, right?
Yeah.
And so he had never heard of a river card before that.
Nope.
All right, apparently not. All right. So she created it for him. I'm still a little shaky on how that works.
We don't know how, the inner workings of the Beaver card. We just know that somehow another it's created.
How do you imprint somebody? You know what I mean? All right, let's not get it. All right. It don't make no sense. She gave him a river card that's basically his lifespan, his life, whatever.
Yeah.
And when you tear that off and you give it to somebody, then they know,
and they can find you.
They can find you, and they know what your general health is or whatever.
Yeah.
So okay, I ain't gonna get too deep into it because
it's the magic of Wano, man.
Yeah. So did they make the river cards in Wano?
I think so.
Because I know they make the what you call sea
stone. Yeah, man. Wano's it's a magical place.
Yeah, okay. That was like a slight thing that I was kind of curious about. So he gets let me see anything else I want to pull off of that page. The little bit about him wanting to have a drink with Luffy and his pops, not knowing that was his pops. Talking about. He said, it's cool and it all flows. And
because the conversation would have went differently had he known that was his pops. I mean, he had no love for no Gold Roger, so it would have been interesting had the names been dropped.
What's the age difference between Yamato and Ace? You think?
I don't know.
I can't remember seeing.
She must have been about 8 or 9 when Odin was killed. So I mean, I think that puts her. Well, actually, I'm not sure how old she was. I have to go back to take a look at that flashback. But I think she's in her 20s somewhere. So she's a bit older than Ace.
Okay, right, that's another thing I gotta look up. Right, on the 7. So that brings us to get the river card. And now we get into the crux of the matter, but let me see. So we're back over there with Ace river card. Next thing. So essentially, yeah, we're getting to the point where um, Luffy is getting to the roof, and that's when stuff really kicks off for me. Although, we see Elimination was Roger's son. Okay, that nine, I guess what you say is eight. That double splash page is just priceless. I mean, that's sick. You know what I'm saying? And you know the thing. Looking back on it, and you know the title of the chapter is Straw Hat Luffy.
Yeah.
He's he's got a different air about him. Because if you think about it, he gets up to the roof, and you see what's in front of him: Kaido and Big Mom, both of whom had him in prison at one point. Both of whom dealt him like either a blow to his ego or a blow to his head or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was he's trying to level up to defeat individually. And then you see both of them standing in front of him, and you know the dude ain't sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean he's got an air of confidence about him that's not even based on straight rage. You know what I'm saying? It's like this dude. I mean, like when he first confronted Kaido, it was off of what was it? Otama getting hurt, which he felt responsible for,
Yeah.
and he was mad. You know what I'm saying? Just flat out mad and going after him. Big Mom, I would say everything there was about getting Sanji back, so he didn't really. I wouldn't say he ever had a mad on against her.
I
But
mean, remember, back on Fishman Island, he essentially said, I'm coming for you. I'm about to, I gotta, you know, crush you because I got this goal in mind. So I got to take down, what the Yonko mean to me. So he's challenged Big Mom. Like you said, in Whole Cake Island, they had, a run in which, he realized Big Mom ain't no joke.
mhm.
Um, I'm gonna tell you, for me, um, him running up onto that roof, like and I think you and I have had this conversation before, but essentially, I think the level of fear, I don't know that people truly understand. Because in my mind, I want to make it clear, I never really, when you start talking about like um, three great powers in One Piece, the Navy, the Yonko, and the Shichibukai.
Mhm.
Well, I guess formerly the Shichibukai, but that's neither here. But essentially, the three great powers and how they kind of balance out. I can tell you, to my mind, it's not three equal powers. I never, especially if you watch the um the Great War at Marineford.
Mhm.
That's one Yonko crew going up against the Marines
Mhm.
and the Shichibukai. It's not equal.
Mhm.
The Shichibukai, excuse me, the Yonko place each other in check.
Mhm.
So it doesn't divide evenly amongst these three units. The Yonko are by far, the four of them. That's the power. It's
Mhm.
just it is what it is. And for two of them to have an alliance is insane to me.
Mhm.
And they're sitting there on the roof, just chilling and waiting. You running up against two Yonko. I
This
can't
is
imagine
serious.
anything more frightening in all the world. And this man he's up there, like he's chilling.
Hey, I mean, the five of them, they sweat. I mean, this is where Luffy his top stage. Whether he defeats them or not, he's standing on level playing field with two Bammers that's out to take his head. He ain't shook. You know what I'm saying? That's big. That moment, you know what I'm saying? That's what I get when I look at that frame.
I'm with you.
I mean, that is huge. I mean, whew, it's a piece
It's-
of work. Now let me get to this. Now the prophecy. Let's see, a little more than 20 years from now, and this is Roger speaking, right? This is what
this is
Yamato's relating
yeah.
from Roger, right?
Uh huh.
Okay, A group of powerful pirates shouldering the burden of the next era will advance into the new world. If by any chance I have already passed on, they will be the ones to take down Kaido. Now that steps over a lot of people. I wonder why he would say that. He didn't think Shanks would do it. He didn't think Big Mom wouldn't have any reason to take down Kaido necessarily, unless they just got into a war.
Well, no,
Like,
no, that's information that was received by Odin from Roger, and this is still through Odin saying, so Kaido
okay,
getting
throw that
taken
back.
down.
Say it again.
So I mean, essentially, Roger's the one, if I'm not mistaken, who kind of told him, "Hey, a new era is coming." Because remember, he went to was it Laugh Tale, and he essentially was like, "I'm too early, whatever, whatever." So this new generation of pirates is coming, and ultimately, I think so. This prophecy, I think, is Odin's prophecy. So Kaido being taken down because he's sitting in Wano is integral.
Mm, okay. And so he was plotting, but he had a bone to pick with Kaido, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. So he figures if by any chance I'm already dead, pass on, these will be. He was good. Him and his wife was good with prophecy. That's for sure. So okay,
Well, we never really got into how Toki's powers work, so I'm curious as to some of that.
prophecy fruit. I don't know. Anyway, anyway, it was kicking him out pretty hard. Okay, so I'm not okay. That's fine. All right, that's good because I needed that straightened out for real. Yeah, wow. Take down Kaido. Okay. Now and then. Well, I'm gonna get into the next part in a second. Let me see. So, okay. Now another thing. Again, Luffy, calm, level-headed. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you got you stand down to Yonko. I mean the second panel of the next page is cool because he's just it kind of reminds me of Fishman Island where he's walking through all of the fodder heading
Yeah.
towards my man. What you call him? What's that boy name? Fishman Island. What was the guy's name?
You know about Hody Jones?
Odie Jones, yeah, with the father. Not it's a little different in that the father was rushing at him at that time before he put him down with the hockey. But still, he's calmly walking towards these, you know, insanely powerful Bammers and basically walks past them to check on his friend. You know what I'm saying? While they breathing threat and fury against him. You know what I'm saying? It was good. Big Mom, she definitely got a mad on against him, But yeah, that I like that. I love that, to be honest with you. And they didn't do anything because they'd be shocked. You know what I'm saying? He passed right between them. You know what I'm saying? And I can see them, just being like, "What? Did you hear me? I said I was going, kill you or whatever, right?" And then we get to the point that he's checking on his boy. You know what I'm saying? Who's half dead, which I imagine a lot of them are. And, you can see that they're laid out. You know what
They
I'm saying?
laid out, yo. That thing is crazy.
This is interesting because I thought all of them at least half of them was going to die. I was sure of it. You know what I mean? They got off light, to be honest with you.
I mean, to who was it? I want to say it was Hawkins. I'm trying my best to remember. Um, Hawkins when he was talking to Law. Kaido respects people who have fight in them. He respects strong cats who come for him. I mean, he respects that. He wants to make his crew more powerful. So I'm not necessarily surprised that they aren't dead because it fits in with Kaido's character. Like these strong, like I mean, it
I
was
think he's gonna put them in.
Inuraishi. Yeah,
Okay.
throw them in.
Oh,
Inuraishi,
yeah, yeah.
Nekomamushi. They put a beating on Jack. It's not that you're weak, Jack, because you aren't weak, and you could take. And we all know Jack could take a beating. It's just these mammals are really, really strong, and he likes really, really strong cats who come for him. I mean, you come for them, you come hard. So like they beat down, but they're still breathing and I think that fits in with Kaido.
So you're gonna put them in the prison and break their
I
will.
mean, break their
Break
spirits. You
those-
know, you can, you can't, you can. I mean, I don't know if that was the plan or if he was going to execute them because they still hearken to the days of Odin. But I think they serve a different purpose outside of just being killed off screen. I think
Hmm,
it's a lot more there. So
okay. I can see it actually. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you presented them, these people who are supposed to be the saviors of Wano.
yeah,
I'll break
yeah,
them ever since. These are the guys who you thought was gonna liberate you. Now they work for me, that'd
yeah,
be
man.
kind of boss level. All right. So we get the little shots of all of them beaten, senseless,
Just
unconscious.
destroyed,
I
man.
mean, yeah,
Every
he
one
wrecked
of
them. He wrecked them. There's no question. And nobody had any illusions that they were gonna win. They got a couple of licks and they should probably be happy. But that but that also lets you know that the difference. Are we going to see the difference between the nine scabbards and these supernovas? You know what I'm
I mean, I
saying?
think so. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think these supernova must be way stronger than these scabbards. I mean, like I just, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. So all right, let's skip forward to so basically, Kinemon begs him to save Wano, and Luffy, what's his answer gonna be? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're friends. You make friends with Luffy, your back's covered.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is the beauty of his character. Uh, and then one of the cool bits that I like in here is, Kaido, he's going to take that free shot. You know what I'm saying? He got the man's back. He's going to blast him right quick. And then Luffy basically orders Law to get these guys out of here. And to me, that's pretty much, I ain't going to say orders. But,
I mean, I felt that vibe.
yeah, it was
like
just more or less like obvious, get these guys out of here.
I mean,
And they
I'm
have a
not to
working
say
relationship. You know what I'm saying?
they do, and I'm gonna tell you, man. I mean, like you said, it's a different air about Luffy.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to say whatever, because it's meant to be like. I think that double splash page is probably my favorite page in the whole chapter. If I'm being, I mean, just aesthetically, just looking at it, it's a great looking page. Um, but Luffy comes in, he walks in after these cats, and he's in the center. Like, there's a reason. It's something. All these guys are special in their own right, but somehow or another, Luffy it's a step above, and I think that comes across. And I took it as he ordered that man,
I mean, ultimately,
hey,
yes.
send them Bama's that take this, get him out of here. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Now, mind you, if character-wise,
Uh-huh.
if Kid had Law's powers and he said that to Kid, I don't think Kid would have cared one way or the other.
No, I don't
I'm
think
gonna be
so.
honest with you, because they, like I say, they have a working relationship, and Law, to be honest with you, he's gonna catch a little bit from Kaido because he set a lot of this up too. He's responsible for because the Law was initially he was after Luffy and Law. You know what I'm saying? When he found out that they was in Wano, those were the two that he wanted because they was both in on that stuff with Doflamingo.
Yeah.
So he the ones they got to beef with. Kid was just, he showed up, thought he was somebody, he beat him down, put him in jail. Yeah, I don't think he had no interest in him. Nah, at this point, I would say Kid has more of a beef with Kaido than Kaido has with Kid. You know what I'm saying? Because he messed up his boy, He turned my man Killer into a laughing man or whatever. So he's got intent. But in terms of Kaido, I don't think Kid's just another dude that he's probably going to put to work. You know what I mean? Whatever. But these two, yeah, Law and Luffy, they got some skin in the game. They invested at this point. Let me see. So he gets rid of the scabbards, and then we get that shot, man. Another thing, Luffy being as calm as he was, to me, brings up the point that his calmness was related to his observation haki. Because I think ducking that blow from Kaido was probably related to Future Sight. Because he caught the Thunder Boggle when he first ran into him, and he just, he was heated. You know what I'm saying? He had no calm, no nothing. He was mad. He got hit. Had he been calm, had he had future sight, he would know obviously, man, where he was swinging from. Maybe he could have ducked it.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? But he
Maybe.
ducks this one easily. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even looking. He just, whatever. And then gear third, and that's sick right there. He probably, he put it to that man. And you can tell that it wasn't just one of those, cheap hits that he just did a shrug off.
Yeah.
That last panel on that double space, I mean, man got hit. He got hit. He's like, oh, snap.
And you see the you see the results. He smashed the hell out of that man.
Oh yeah. He blasted him. We came with like, that's like Red Hulk on crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just he blasted him. Now that got me real. You know what I'm saying? He put it to that dude. He physically made contact with him. So I don't know if that is real or not. Really, you're not supposed to touch him, right?
I think
is your hockey jumping off of you and
I think it did both. I really think that he put that hockey into that man's head. So
and this gear third. This ain't even fourth. So that's what I'm a little interested to see how that works, because gear third didn't mean nothing to him the first time they fought.
It's gonna mean something there,
yeah,
man.
It does. It's clearly there.
It's gonna mean something there.
Mom's like, why you on the floor? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? that reaction, kind of got me right there.
That's my joint, Kaido. What you doing down there for, man?
What you playing that, man? So he sat him down. Okay.
Pick your teeth up, man. Yeah. That was great. I was feeling that.
The big splash page, Red Rock is just priceless. He just grounded that dude. One shot. Not one shot in, but just.
Oh no! I mean, this is about to.
It's about to pop off. He gonna have to get sick. Kaido knows he's gonna have to get serious.
Oh,
and that's one of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else the other four. I mean, we know that Zoro has Emna, whether Kaido knows that or not. So he's gonna take a lick there.
He'll find out.
He about to get that chest opened up. I mean, Zoro ain't been practicing for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He gonna open that wound again.
Yeah. He about to bleed.
And here's my theory.
All right.
Going into this fight. On one last thing. Final panel.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy's declaration even looks different. Usually when he yells at somebody, I'm going to be the Pirate King, there's a little bit more bluster. You know what I'm saying? This looks like a warning. You know what I'm saying? He's not like shouting like, ah! You know what I'm saying? He's just telling you that I'm the man. I'm curious to see when this is animated, how they do that. Is he going to be yelling, or is he going to be saying, I'm the man? Who's going to be probably, gritty teeth, pissed off or whatever? But it looks different to me. You know what I'm saying? His overall character just looks more confident, more composed, more forceful.
Yeah.
You know what
like
I mean?
This is intense. He's not hamming it up. He's not joking around. Like, this isn't, some kiddie. Like, I'm about to put in some work. I'm gonna show you to Yonko what it means to be the king of the pirates. I'm going to surpass both of you. It's real.
Sick. That's sick. He's arrived at this point. Win or lose, he's arrived. He's top stage. You know what I'm saying?
He got a win though. He got a win.
But he's there. You know what I'm saying? He's there. I mean, look, his best efforts couldn't move that dude earlier. He hit that man to the point that, if he just stood there and kept getting hit like that, he probably would pass out or something. So, I mean, it's a legitimate blow. Now, Big Mom is a separate issue, but here's my point. I can see this being a situation where Kaido, say, all right, you got it. That was legit. Warriors right, personal combat. You know what I'm saying? And Big Mom like, all right, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? And she might even hold anybody else off that wants to interfere, which at that point would probably include Zoro, but I don't know. So this might be either a one-on-one or a two-on-one with Luffy and Zoro and Big Mom staying out of it. This just because Kaido said so. You know, they're partners. They know each other. He's like, I got this. I'm gonna take care of this Luffy or whatever.
I
And
mean,
nobody else
it's a tough thing because, like, essentially, her beef with Luffy, like you were saying, Kaido's beef with Luffy and Law is greater than Kaido's beef with Kid. Even though Kid's beef with Kaido is great because of what happened with his partner Killer.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mom's beef with Luffy is greater than Kaido's beef with Luffy. It's just it. Well, well, in so much that she feels like her reputation is sullied by Luffy's mere presence.
Mm-hmm.
I can't regain my status until I take this Bama's head. Like essentially,
Good.
Luffy and Law they're flying the ointment for Kaido. Like I had this whole thing going, and you messed up my plan, whatever. Like this is a black mark against Big Mom. Luffy's presence, like Big News reported that essentially this Bama ran through Whole Cake Island, and he got the better of Big Mom. Like she looks less than, and I don't think that works. I mean, just the idea of it. I mean, even if you look at like historically, like because I think people always misread because Big Mom. I think from what I've seen, from what I've read, Big Mom is just she's frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Like the if you go back to that Odin flashback, your man, the king of the pirates, Gold D. Roger, he said, "Yo, I did not want to go toe to toe with Linland. It was real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to, he would rather
That's
fight
true.
Whitebeard. Excuse me. He would rather fight Whitebeard than Big Mom. It's just it is what it is. I had to beat it out of there. I snuck in. Like it wasn't, I went in there,
Mm-hmm.
we went to war. He snuck in, got what he needed, and then he bounced. So just the idea that Luffy possibly got the better of her is insane. So she wants that man's ass. Like it's just it is what it is. So I don't know. I'm curious to see if how these fights break up.
Now the reason that I would say that uh what you call him, Kaido's getting first crack is one, Luffy just punched him.
He did. He did.
He did. And if he thought that Luffy was a threat to him, he would invite that because the dude wants to die anyway. If he thought Luffy could kill him or could even come close, he'll take that one-on-one. Now, if he told Lin, I'm going to fight this dude, and Lin said, no, I want his head, then they have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Lin,
which is ideal.
And now you cause another level of chaos because they're fighting each other over who kills Luffy, and Luffy just wants to get Kaido or bounce both of them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like some kind of Mexican standoff, who wants to fight who. And then you got the other 3 to consider because Zoro's going to get Luffy's back regardless of who he fights, unless he's otherwise occupied. You know what I mean? And we know he's going to get a cut in. We know that for a fact. He got Eminem for a reason.
Agreed.
So, I mean, it's a lot. My guess is that these two are going to get into it at least for a minute. And my guess would be that he pulls the Warriors right to combat nonsense and be like, I'm going to fight this dude. Y'all stay out of it. Or Lindley, you stay out of it. And she's like, well, it's fair. Whatever. Take your shot. I don't care. As long as she gets his head, she good. You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that he called it. You know what I'm saying? She said, all right, go ahead, fight. And then the other ones be like, yeah, I want a piece too. She said, no, I said, they fight, not you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get into this, you got to go through me. So everybody will have somebody to fight.
I mean, I'm assuming off my thinking is that it's going to be Big Mom, and I think for the most part it's going to end up being Big Mom versus Kid, Killer, and Law, and Kaido versus Luffy and Zoro, just to get things started. I'm curious as to how this fight is going to unfold, but I think we have a lot of time before we even get into this one for real, because I like you said, we have a lot of things going on the undercard right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't even know. And like I said, I don't even think Sanji's fight is set up yet. Like
Mm.
in all honesty, so we got a lot on the undercard that we just got to get through.
You know, this reminds me of. In this lobby when Luffy got when what you call them? I keep forgetting names. The leopard Batman. What's his name?
Oh, Lucci.
When Lucci was going after Frankie and Luffy got their head in, which basically marked the start of their battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know how much time passed between then and when that battle was resolved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of the undercards were finished by then, but it took a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So this is like the beginning of their big fight. But you're going to probably have to resolve a couple of undercards, or at least get them started along the way. And they might cut back and forth until the undercards are resolved, and then we get
and then we get to the main. I mean, yeah, because the main event's got a long time before it's get resolution. It gets some kind of resolution. Like I think we're gonna be deep in 2021 before.
Maybe. Because I mean, honestly, I mean, just based on strength level,
Yeah.
I don't got the 5 of them beating them two, unless they're stronger than I think.
Oh no, I don't. I mean,
just don't. I mean, you would have to get my man Basil Hawkins would have to get up there. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes would have to get up there. At least, let me see, Hawkins, Drake, at least. And I ain't saying they would have a chance.
See, I can't. I ain't gonna give them no chance because essentially, like I know, and not to say whatever. So essentially, Drake, he essentially was taking that L to Queen and Who's Who. I mean, not to say what he bounced, but like you there's a big gap between because we saw Queen and he went up against Big Mom with amnesia, and she hit him with the essentially it was a one hitter, and that was her not putting hockey on it. Like I just would make sure she just slapped him. She dug up his stuff. So I don't know. Drake might want to just stay down on that floor where he's at.
Well, Hawkins at least, because he does have that card that's supposed to boost a Bama past their like limits or whatever. What was it? He had some kind of card that was announced early.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
He got to get up there if they're going to win. Assuming that there's a clear-cut win off of this roof fight.
There has to be a clear-cut win. Like I told you, I think I told you a long time ago. They got called on Jose's channel. I think they're going to be two new Yonko by the end of this whole arc. I think
What's my kid and Luffy?
Kid and Luffy. They coming out of this. You know what I'm saying? Two Yonkos status having cats. Like I think they rising up.
And I'm gonna tell you this. If the both of them get dethroned off of the bounties for everybody on their roof is going crazy.
Skyrocketing.
You talking about the 3s, the 4s, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the strongest Bama in the world.
Skyrocketed. Like I just like
you going past Shanks if we get off this roof. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know that
he go past Shanks. I mean, at least level with him.
Well, I don't know about. I think he's going to end up either high 2s or 3s, essentially, because it's 5 of them, so they jumped him, and I think you got to divvy that up. It's not like they went up there and he beat Kaido down by himself, because I don't think that's what's going to happen. They jumped him, so you got to spread that around. But I think it's going to be a major increase.
I mean, it depends on how the government wants to spend it. If they want to really. But it depends on how the government wants to spend it, I guess. But if he dethrones Kaido, I don't know what interest. I don't know what the government's interest would be at that point. They just want him dead, so they mark him up real high and hope.
I think they're gonna have to. I think it's just gonna be. We got to do something about Mugiwara no Luffy and Pirate Hunter Zoro. I think the Bama's got to go. I just They got to go.
I mean, Zoro was obviously be in the billion range after this. Yeah,
Oh, I think
it's just a matter
that
of
Batman gonna
where.
be in the high billion. Like I think said,
1.5 coming up on 2, something like that. I put him in the. He be maybe Katakuri's level at least.
nah. At this point in time, if he helps Luffy take down Kaido, I got that man be at 1.8.
Ha! That'd be hot.
Like, that man was coming out. Like I got
The
him coming
right
out
hand
one.
man of the Pirate King. You
I
know.
really think that's how it's gonna be. He the new Dark King. It's just it is what it is.
No, I can't wait. But yeah, this chapter was on point, and like I said, it was mainly because of how it went down.
Yeah.
The content, it was heavy. It was a heavy chapter, you know, in all respects, and it paid off beautifully with that Red Rock. You know what I'm saying? He dealt that man some injury. You know, the head's on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Batman's head's on fire.
Like I said,
That's brilliant.
I think at this point in time he laid this chapter out so well that like I'm chomping at the bit for Wano and just post Wano. Like he has me just trying to see where he's going to go with this. Like I can't wait until 1001.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait.
All right. It's a successful landmark.
Yes.
Chapter 1000 was very successful, very rewarding. Look forward. We won't get another chapter until what, week after next? Somewhere in 2021, right?
Yes, technically, technically we haven't gotten 1000 yet.
Oh yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah. We'll see. But somewhere in 2021 we'll carry on with this beating and see who lives and who dies. Or whatever. If anybody dies, I forgot about my man. What you call him? Who is Jinbei's fighting them cats, right?
Who's who?
He's fighting who's who.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think this don't really relate to him. Nothing going on the roof right now really relates to him.
To who, Jinbei?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think he's gonna make it to the roof.
I don't think so either.
I think this is a straight supernova type deal right here.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think I would be disappointed if Sanji doesn't get a commander fight.
Yeah,
I'm slightly disappointed. Not to say whatever, because who might be, because they made it clear that Toby Ropo are nipping at the heels of the commanders, and I'm assuming since Jinbei has who's who that he's the most powerful of the Toby Ropo. I was hoping Jinbei would get like Jack or something, but I'll suck it up if who's who turns out to be a monster. But Sanji's got to fight Queen. He's got to fight a commander. Like it's important.
Let me ask you this: you think is Jack gonna get back into this, or you think he's done?
I hope so, because I'm gonna tell you, Jack. Because people, they give Jack a hard time now because we haven't really seen Jack, get a W. But like real talk, like I know that you and I talked about this a long time ago. We've seen Jack take ass whoopings, but we've seen Jack get back up. And I'm gonna tell you, I told you in my mind, I think that's what makes the Beast Pirates just the nastiest. Like, Big Mom knocked Queen out, but Queen got back up, like relatively quick. Like it just, I'm back. Yamato caught Ulti.
Mm-hmm.
Right back up. Like I'm trying to tell you, these babblers, they take it. Yeah, endurance. Their durability is off the chart, and I think I don't think we've seen all of Jack, so I can't wait.
You see, by that reckoning, I would almost say that Jack Zoro would be the fight, because those are two most enduring. They have the highest endurance in their crews.
Well, I don't know,
because I don't know whether what you call them, King or Queen, could take the beating that Jack could.
I don't know though. Like I said, Queen took that beating from Big Mom, and he got back up. So I'm under the impression that that's just a prehistoric Zoan type gift. I think I think the durability of Zoans is just off the charts. I think ancient Zoans have a little bit extra. So I think all them I think that's a hallmark of the Beast Pirates. I think that's just what it is.
They can take a licking. I don't know if Queen ever got hit by Zunisha though.
Oh well,
He got sent
but
to
I
the bottom of
mean,
the sea.
I
Never got
mean,
sent to the bottom of the sea by a huge elephant.
but he got hit by a person that Goldie Roger didn't want to tangle
That's
with.
true. That's true.
So I don't
That
know,
is
man.
true.
I
That's true.
don't know.
Anyway, well, Jack would probably go if you go by rank or supposed rank. Anyway, he would wind up going to Jinbei, I guess.
I wouldn't be
That's
mad
my
at that,
guess.
man. But I guess
Jinbei.
who's who must be a monster, and I'm looking. I guess I'm hoping that it's a nasty fight. It's a nasty fight. But I need
Some
Sanji to. I need him to get a commando. I'm gonna be mad. I ain't
okay.
gonna lie. I'm gonna be mad.
As long as these things don't get off screen, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You see Sam Sanji standing over Queen. He said, "Yeah, you better not try that again, boy." You know what I'm saying? No, I want to see the fight. I want to see blow for blow. I don't want to see
With
none
you.
of this off screen nonsense. Yeah,
I agree with you. I agree with you. But Sanji better be getting. He better get Queen. He better,
yeah.
at least Queen. If he get King, I ain't gonna be mad either. But he better get Queen,
Okay. All
or
right,
I'm
man.
gonna scream bloody murder.
All right, man. Appreciate your help, man. Going through this, man. It's a little bit long, but it's worth it, man. It's 1,000. You
It's
know?
1,000. You know what I'm saying? It's 1,000.
All right, so let us know your comments in, below. You enjoyed the chapter, what you enjoyed about the chapter. Comment, subscribe, do what you want. And see you at chapter 1001. That's it. Stay loose.